Good afternoon and welcome to the Market Wrap for Thursday, the 5th of February. And look, today the Aussie market saw its first decline in 3 sessions, and we ended the day lower by around 0.4% at 8,889 points. We did have a couple of solid sessions in the prior 2 days though, so that means in week-to-date terms the Aussie market is just edging slightly higher, up by 0.1%. So it will come down to what happens in tomorrow's session to see how we wrap up the week. Now, across the different sectors, of course, our market was held back by a more than 3% drop in the materials sector amid broad-based losses right across the entire sector. The losses only seemed to get worse as the day went on, as commodity prices went from having a positive session last night to losing ground today. We also saw investors taking profits in BHP after it hit a record high in yesterday's session, so its shares were down around 4%, adding the most weight to our broader market today. Energy pulled back by over 1%, weighed largely by coal and uranium miners. Tech just edging lower after slumping by 9.5% in yesterday's session to a 2-year low amid concerns that AI tools could disrupt established software businesses. But look, today financials helped to offset at least some of the declines elsewhere, with the sector lifting by 0.8%, and we saw solid gains from our consumer sectors as well. Looking at some of the winners, Treasury Wine Estate topped the winners list after a major US bank raised its stake in the company to over 5%. That made them a major shareholder. Packaging giant Amcor posted a second day of strong gains after reaffirming its guidance for the year, and it also reported a strong surge in quarterly sales, in part thanks to its recent multi-billion-dollar acquisition of US packaging firm Berry. So Amcor shares are now sitting at around a 6-month high. ResMed climbed, snapping 3 straight sessions of losses, and Xero rebounded slightly from its 16% drop yesterday, which took its share price to a March 2023 low. WiseTech, however, continued to drop after a 10.5% fall yesterday. Beach Energy fell following its half-year results as it posted an 8% drop in underlying net profit, weighed down by lower production due to flooding in its Cooper Basin. We saw silver prices plunge once again today, fueled by expectations of a slower pace of US rate cuts, and that essentially erased a 2-day recovery. We saw silver dropping by around 13% during today's session, while gold has seen much more modest declines of around 2% in today's session. Keep in mind though, silver has seen much bigger gains than gold over the past 12 months. So gold has lifted around 70% over the past 12 months. Silver is up almost twice as much, climbing by 136% over the past year. So look, today we certainly saw some of our silver companies take quite a hit. We saw Silver Mines down around 8%, Advanced Metals lost 11%, and we also saw the gold sub-index fall by around 4.5%. But of course, it's worth remembering that the gold index hit a record high just this time last week, so not too far off those levels. And I should mention Neuren Pharmaceuticals because it was the worst performer today. It extended losses to a 9th straight session after several setbacks recently in getting their drug approved. Now, the Aussie dollar has been sitting either side of 70 US cents in today's session. It's currently sitting at 69.7. Now, looking ahead to tonight, what's going to be in the spotlight is results from Amazon. They'll be out after the US market shuts, so essentially tomorrow morning local time. We also have the ECB, the European Central Bank, and the Bank of England handing down their interest rate decisions, and it's widely expected that they will both be holding rates steady. Tomorrow, a few more results from Australia with reporting season. We have News Corp, REA Group, and Charter Hall, but of course things will heat up in the coming weeks for Aussie reporting season. Have a nice night.